Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword. Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final live stream of this campaign. Hopefully this time the audio will work and you will be able to hear me from minute one. Let us know. Yes, one can hope at least. Okay, we can see you here. Okay, thank you. We also have Daniela here with us, but to let Daniela speak, I will have to click this button every time.
Yeah, hi guys.
This is just to avoid, as the other time, for the audio to loop. I all right. Yes. I don't know why. Of course, we did like 100,000, try out for Simone before entering, but apparently he doesn't like it. So, well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get Simone back. Meanwhile, we are 25 minutes away from the end of the campaign. Hi to too many people. It's going to be a difficult live stream. First, because I cannot actually read anything because I am too far from my computer to let Daniela be with me, and also because Simone's audio won't work anymore. Yeah, Matt, everything is working, but I don't know why you cannot hear him. Let's try, Simone. Try one more time.
Let's try one more time. I see that everybody's green on my side. I don't know why
I'll see.
you are not hearing me.
Okay, there we go.
There
Now
we
it
go.
works.
Yeah!
So what
working.
you just saw
It's
is
obvious magic.
What you just saw is an ancient technique. In case you don't know, I used to be a video editor working for television, and there is a special technique that we do. We basically shut down everything and start it again, and usually it works. So it's basically
99% of the time.
you know,
Unplug it and plug
unplug
it
it and
back.
plug it back. Have you
The
checked?
ancient
Yeah, I mean, glad it worked. It was like the last and the only tools in my toolbox. So, guys, it the techniques too. Yeah, I think it's common ground. So, guys, as we were saying, we are just about entering the overtime mode. Simone will explain to you what overtime mode actually is. This campaign is going bananas since yesterday. Also, thanks to a big shout out from the guys at Free Leagues. Thank you, Free League, as always, for the help and the support. And meanwhile, as Simone is explaining you what overtime is, in case you don't know, Daniela will be painting something on her iPad. Do you know, Daniela, what are you going to do?
Well, I was thinking of doing some Cockuro. I think they are quite fun to draw. So if you like to see some Cockuro, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So we'll be back with once Daniela has something to show, and yeah, we'll show you some of the Cockoros. And speaking of Cockoros, in the last update, you finally managed to get a glimpse. Sorry, spoiler, of one of the Cockoro with the mouth open, which is kind of unexpected, and I think you'll appreciate how weird these creatures are. So, Simone, what is overtime before we enter overtime?
Speaking about overtime mode, sorry, since you guys are saying I'm a little bit low, I will talk a little bit higher. Tell me if now it's okay. Anyway, if you don't know our campaign, or if it's the first time you are following Last Day on a campaign on Backerkit, you must know about this very cool feature called overtime mode. Basically, as you can see, we are now in a Baker train, meaning at least once every 10 minutes someone is backing the campaign or upgrading its pledge or adding something to its pledge. And everybody, something does this, the trains keep going on and refresh its 10 minutes countdown.
Right now is 29 hours. The train has been going on for 29 hours. So that's a lot.
True. Yes, exactly like this. So what's overtime mode? Basically, when the campaign is supposed to end exactly in 21 minutes, if there is a Becker train active, the campaign won't end and will keep refreshing with 10 minutes left and 10 minutes left each and every single time another bakers jump on the train, meaning that we can be here like hours or even days, Backerkit. So at least a couple of project that's gone on about. I think Martin Poole is our Backerkit guy in the chat. I think the longest train was like 5 days. I don't remember. Last year was something crazy like this. So yes, basically we don't know when the campaign will end, and that's it. And this time we grew a little bit wiser, so we are starting this overtime mode a little bit early because right now in Italy is almost 9 p.m. Usually we start overtime mode like 11 p.m. and it's like it's like very hard to follow. So this time we try to move up a little bit the start of the overtime mode so we can be here with you a little bit more before our body collapses from the weight of the campaign.
We are already almost at 780. It's insane because I don't know what's happening, but it's really weird. So being a little bit serious for a minute, we'll try bits of seriousness during this live stream. this is really incredible. Like, this is an historical moment for us. We said it many times. We are celebrating 5 years of Two Little Mice as publisher, 5 years since the three of us got together to start this new job. We wanted to celebrate doing something big and something especially new. I've said this multiple times in the past 3 weeks. But when you do something new, it's always, a little bit of a gamble. You don't know how people are going to react, how this is going to be perceived. And it takes always a little bit of courage and a little bit of trust in your audience, in your friends, and in your fans to do something that it's so entirely new as Twilight Sword, different system, different art style, different partners, and other artists who worked at this together with Daniela. So it is overwhelming and so much appreciated to see that this campaign has blown up to like 780,000 euros, numbers I cannot even pronounce in English because I've never done it before. 5,000 backers, which is also an insane number for us. And just wanted to say thank you, because it's really an impressive feat. We have a question: why are we not Three Little Mice? Well, first of all, there is more than us three. We three are the owner, but there's also our translator, Katerina, who is as mouse as it gets, and also John, and also Marcus, who handled the Discord server, and of course Davide and Sabrina, who did the layout. There's a lot of other people working with us. But mostly because the name Two Little Mice started from two actual little mice who were in our studio several years ago, and then it's stuck. And also I believe we have, yes, because I saw it before, we have Matt K somewhere around in the chat, who is also doing the solo rules, the single player mode for Twilight Sword. You already did the solo rules for Outgunned. So another mouse, I guess. And and there's also Martin probably in the chat.
Yes,
Who is
there was
helping us with the our Backerkit guy.
He's a rat. He's saying that he's a rat. He's not good enough to be a mouse. Martin, please.
I mean,
in the meantime, we are 680, so 20,000 euros away from our next stretch goal, but we will go there. I thought, Rico, we had time like to talk about previous stretch goal before I logged in the next one. I mean, I love everything, so that's happening. So thank you guys. But wow.
It's difficult even to follow the chat for me. But let's see very quickly what we just unlocked for people who missed the last stretch goal, because at 675 we unlocked the Hope tracker that is going to be like, it's around this big. It's going to be a dial to keep track of the hope. Hope is the most important resource. It was also the last thing that you have to actually write, the last number that you have to actually write on your character sheet. So we want to keep your character sheets pristine. And since it's such an important resource, because hope is shared among the whole party, it made sense that everyone knew the current hope level of the game instantly. And so this cool hope dial was, a nice last minute addition, like yesterday. Hope is also the most important resource in real life. I agree.
We live in tiring times, but yes, nevertheless, hope it's still our most important resource.
Are there other stretch goals after the patrons? I'm not sure. We have some ideas ready.
Again, we know as much as you do at this point because we came up live. We just unlocked the 675. We already surpassed 680. So we don't know. We really don't know. Let's see how this train goes. We still like at least 5 minutes away from the start of overtime mode, and we already over 680. So I don't know. You know, we like if there's a chance to keep adding things because why not? You know, that's why we love crowdfunding so much. Let's see.
There's a question if we are going to do a quick start. Sorry, I'm just reading bits of questions. But the quick start, we didn't do it. We usually do very long quick starts. We didn't do a quick start this time because we feel like it's not easy to convey all of Twilight Sword in a single like small booklet, because Twilight Sword is really about a lot of small mechanics that builds up and they go. We try to do this, what we call side mechanics that are not always there, but that you can bring up when you want and then take the game to a lighter level when you want. Sorry, there is an ambulance. So we didn't actually, we want you to try the full game before, or at least the starter set. After we released the book in digital format and the starter set, we might actually do a free quick start. We are not against it, but we don't want that to be the first experience because Twilight Sword was born in a specific format. Cutting and pasting it around just doesn't give it justice, if you ask us. So that was the reasoning.
681, yay!
You have no idea how many things is up. It's always when I'm doing a live stream, during a crowdfunding campaign, it's like a slot machine on my computer.
I see more than one question about Pledge Manager, how it works. Basically, if you have a pledge here and you want to upgrade it in the Pledge Manager, yes, you will find everything there is right here at the same price. But if you don't have a pledge, we will open a pre-order store after the campaign. But it's not guaranteed that you will find everything, and the prices will for sure be higher than the what you have right now in the campaign. Just so.
If we just so everyone knows, but I don't think I am too much in danger. But Martin, our aforementioned Backerkit guy, lives in England, and we promise if this campaign reaches 750,000 euros, that we will fly him to southern Italy just to have pizza and then fly him back to Britain. Should they accept him again on the island? We don't know because once they get rid of him,
it's still on the table. It's a promise, so it's still on the table. So if you want, we have already the 750k stretch goal, which is pizza for Martin.
Yes,
real pizza for Martin.
We are about to enter overtime mode, I believe, in seconds.
Yes.
Seconds. Because we are 10 minutes.
As soon as someone, since it's 10 or less minutes, as soon as someone will pledge or upgrade, we will officially enter in overtime mode.
So that's...
I know that right now nothing will happen for like the next 6 minutes. So we'll be here to see if they'll... Oh, right now, no, we were still not.
No.
Okay. On the right, no.
Almost there.
Matter of seconds.
9 minutes. So, almost there, guys. I want to wait for us to officially be on overtime so we can talk about the patrons. Here we are, overtime
mode. Yay!
681,000 euros, and we are entering overtime mode with the hope of raising another 90k, which is a lot of money, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we have, I just announced before entering this live stream, I just announced the last stretch goal for the 700K. It's going to be something, an addition to the content, a new mechanic, if you will. And that's because we thought we did some cards at 750, which were only for, starter set. And then we did the hope tracker for the higher pledge level, and now for the final stretch goal we wanted to do something for everyone, for any kind of pledge level. So we decided to make this addition that will go in the core rulebook, and also we'll have a little expansion in the Lens of Radia supplement. This is something that we were cooking up for an eventual supplement. This is something that we have taken out of the core book because there was too much stuff, and we said, okay, we are going to do in the future. But then, since you were so good at unlocking stuff, we decided to bring it in the official, core book in this edition of Twilight Sword. What are Patreons? So right now you can see this big Cockuro. Cockuros are these small mysterious creature that you find around the world. And this big Cockuro is Rococcoro. And Rococcoro literally means the great Cockuro, as you probably know. But not all patrons will have this kind of weird shape like Rococcoro, but some patrons will be ghosts. Some patrons will be actual people or magic animal or avatars of the spirits. And these patrons will be GM characters. So finally, as a GM, you will have a chance to have your own character, and you can play this character within the rules, and you can use this character either to give quests or offer advice to the champion, or you can use this to give them help in specific circumstances. And also in the core rulebook, you will find a couple of patrons and rules to make your own patrons in case you want. And in Lens of Radia, you will find a number of additional patrons that you can find scattered around Radia. And usually you choose one as a GM, so you don't use all of them in a single campaign, but you use one of them and you make it your own, and it kind of become the recurring NPC with some more agency and some more power than your, everyday NPC. Yes, a Rococcoro ex machina, if you will. So I hope you like. This is something that I've seen. It's a bit of probably a controversial theme among players. I hope that you like GM's characters. We do like them when they are within the rules, the rule frame, of the game. We did not like so much when the GM has their characters and they want to show it on you, two different things. But, I hope that you appreciate it. I don't know, Simone, if you can keep up with the chat better than me. Daniela, you have...
No, they are talking about Cockuro. Yes, I think the
Sure.
similarities with the Ryutama, it's there.
We have cake-eating Cockuro, and I always like when it gets clear that this little something, it's not their face, it's not their eyes either, it's just something that they have on their foreheads. It's not their face at all, but it's always kind of surprising when you see them.
What a tiramisu eating one.
So
Martin, please stop.
I think now it's the moment where we start with polls and ask the chat. So tell us, what should the next Cockuro be doing? Do you want a sport Cockuro, a playing Cockuro, or like another eating?
For sure, the idea with patrons is they are more strolling around than Tom Bombadil.
Yes.
They can pop up, since it's a game that heavily revolves around travel. The patron
Fishing,
will have the
cooking, picking up
ability
a big
to
ship.
somehow it will differ in our idea from patron to
magic.
patron. Somehow follow the group
Card with a small
or
point.
be there where they're needed in various locations. We
They
are
are also cute.
going very, very strong.
Okay.
Do you have your choice? For me, it would be this one,
That's
but
really cute.
it your
I
choice.
think that one, and I want to do also another.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, guys. We have a lot of okay.
Okay.
A lot of different suggestions for Cockerus. And Cockerus, thanks to a stretch goal that we allow. So we started with this kind of silly ideas that Cockerus would have names made of three syllables. Syllables, yes. So, for example, a Cockuro can be named Tokodo or Roko no. And so they got all these kind of names. Then after this, we came up with the idea of having random charts, and you roll 3 dice, and you will roll for the name of your Kokoro. And then we decided to turn this into a stretch goal that you unlocked at, like, I believe in day 1. So you've got basically a Kokoro generator inside the lens of Radia. So I'm glad that you have a lot of ideas for your Kokoros because you have,
Mushroom collector.
and the only one who gets actually 4 syllables is Rokokoro because Rokokoro is too big for a Kokoro, so he needs more words, more letters in his name or in its name, in their name. I don't know what. I don't know if how to call a Kokoro. Yes, more syllable for such a big Kokoro. So a bit of Expedition 33. There is a little bit of Eskia in the face. I believe that was intentional when we started working about. Sorry, I have to put your microphone. Okay.
I think that was something in the neck about Eskia, and it was one of the reference. There was something really smart on Eskia, but I don't remember what was if it was the proportion between the head and the arms or the size of the neck. It was one of those two things.
It was basically when we started working at the idea of Rokokoro, it was supposed to be very heavy. And it's always weird when you do an heavy character because they tend to have like no neck at all. So they having this kind of tall and a little bit, this kind of dumb character going around with small legs, but without a neck was counterintuitive. It wasn't working. So the idea of as we were playing Expedition 33, we saw Eskia, and Eskia has this kind of very long neck. Actually, he's a bit chubby, but he has a long neck, kind of a double chin, and so that's definitely a piece that was an inspiration in the shape. And by the way, of course, when you're working with such creature, the shape is really important because you don't have much to work with. Losing a rock is better than never having a rock. I agree, strongly agree with Eski. So how's the campaign going, Simone? Help me out here because
We are 682, almost
83.
683,000 euros, meaning we are 17,000 euros for our 700,000 strength. Even saying it out loud, it's incredible. We are also at 5,050 backers, guys. You cannot understand what it means for us to be able to gather these many people for Twilight Sword. It's a huge number, an enormous number. So again, thank you. We'll say thank you a lot probably
Yes.
during this live stream. And it's actually 1 minute past 9 p.m. So we are officially over the original end time for the campaign, and we are just
It's
started. So I really don't know where we will end up.
it's always like this is the best and worst of the Backerkit features, the overtime mode and the Bagger train, because actually back in my day we were used to know when a campaign would end. It was
But
normal a
it's,
couple of years ago to know
we are
that your
old.
campaign will, but right now we don't know how long this will go, and we'll try to keep up with you. um yes, I'd say 750 is a bit of a stretch still. That's why I offered to travel Martin to Italy. But I've been wrong before, so we'll see.
Thank you, Lord Vice. Martin will be thrilled.
I think it's also a
Do we
good
have
moment
any
to.
ideas for future supplements slash expansion? Yes, we have more than a couple of ideas. I mean, let us have our fun with wrapping everything up for this one first, and then you will have it. But rest assured, this is a line that will have expansions that will have different kind of things. So wait and see. Wait, play, and see. Hopefully.
And yeah, I don't want to. I'm always spoiling too much, but maybe in an half an hour or in an hour, if you're still here, if we're still going, maybe I will spoil something because I cannot hold spoilers inside me for too much time. It's super cute. You will see. You will see later. And I also wanted to show, in case you missed Darrow, and Darrow is the last kin that we unlock like yesterday. I don't remember. It was very fast. And
Yes. Yes, yes.
this is also something that with Daniela we have been cooking up for a while. The idea of adding this kind of dwarf-like kin to Twilight Sword, and they also have a very special ability that we love. That it's also in Household as well. So they have the ability to turn into stone, but they are not covered in stone. They become stone. That means that they cannot move, they cannot talk, they cannot do anything. While they are just rocks, basically. And this is such a fun idea. We have it with the gnomes in Household as well. And I'm always super happy to play this kind of character that can become indestructible, but then they have to stay still and they can only look around. And it's I think it kickstarts a lot of cool ideas, thinking outside of the box, because you can be indestructible or you can move yourself. It's one or the other. So it's very, there's a comic side effect in this power. This is still
You like
going 1.1k. When at a certain point the train stop having like full numbers and starts things like
yes, just a new
1.1k,
random
like.
equation. I don't know. For me,
Okay.
when you put together letter and numbers, everything stop making sense.
So guys, if you have any question, now it would be the perfect moment, because I have something else to show, but I want to wait a little bit. So if we have to kill sometimes, if you have any question, we are all ears and we are here to answer, hopefully. I think Simone, the last email was sent. I think so.
Yes.
Yes, so we are done. We are
Yeah.
here for the night. We don't
Everything
have
we
anything else to do. Our job is done. With relief.
We are here. All the notification went out. All the possible email. We're just waiting to see where this train will go, and if we really, in the end, manage to achieve this incredible. I just want you to remember, or to know, if you don't know us, that our previous record was exactly 1 year ago with Household Volume 2 that reached, in the end, 530,000 euros. And right now we are already at 683,000 euros. So it's immeasurable. We managed somehow to reach really reach new peak. And also, as I said, as number of backers, we were used like 3,000, 3,500 backers. Right now, we are over 5,000 people being here. So, wow.
So a lot of question. I will try to tackle all of them. What's the best part of the variety of your project, going from Outcome to Household to Twilight Sword? Definitely, the best part is that you are always busy, and being busy is, if you are like us, it's good for you because you are constantly pushing yourself to doing something new. Otherwise, you would be just become a little bit, at least for us, would become a little bit a sort of a lazy work, doing the same thing over and over again. Also, a cool thing of working on so many different projects is that you don't get to do the same thing. Like Daniela always has to change their style, and you also get to work with different people. So, for example, we worked for Twilight Sword with different layout artists, different artists for locations and monsters. So it's cool because you get. I always like to quote Jerry Seinfeld, who said, "I mainly do the job for the people," and it's one of the reasons to work, as an artist, is to get to know and to work with other talented and funny and intelligent people. And that's, I believe, one of the best thing about doing such a variety of project. Digital tiers can be upgraded to physical tiers in the Pledge Manager. Yes.
Yes.
What's
With the starter set, have rules to create characters? No. With the starter set, you only have 6 pre-made characters ready to use, ready-made, and introductory campaign in Twilight Island to play and to know the rules of the game. All the character creation rules will be in the core rulebook, of course. What's your favorite part of Twilight Swords? Very hard. The cooking, probably. It's one of my favorite parts. The cooking and brewing mechanics, we really love it. We already talked a lot about it in previous live streams, but I think it was a very important part of the mood we were trying to achieve, and we managed to have a really, really fun mechanic to incorporate all kinds of different, things to cook, and making it a very fun part of the game for me. I don't know for Rico.
For me, the coolest thing is having to face this weird square-shaped layout over and over and over again. I'm going to take, since we have time, I'm going to go with the philosophical take on this. We talked about, here they are, the 2 little mice, these 2 small white mice that were in our studio. And mice are extremely intelligent animals, but also people. They are extremely small, but they have to adapt to survive in some way. And one of the coolest things that I noticed is that when you change their beddings, I don't know how to call them, but when you change their cages, you clean them up, everything. The first thing that they do is basically work around the perimeter of their cage, touching everything, understanding anything, and they are extremely scared until they have set, the boundaries of the world they live in. So this is, I believe, a nice metaphor of how we work. We like to send a huge deal of the project, of the projecting of what we do is setting boundaries, and sometimes they are even layout boundaries. Like in this case, we want everything to fit into a square. So you have to think, if a rule doesn't fit into a square, then it's not a good rule. If it takes too much space, then it means that it's not an easy to grasp rule. And if you are taking too long to describe something, then it's boring. You have to cut it down. And coming from something like Household, which is 320 pages of 4,000, letters per page, it's a bit of a challenge to make everything into these small squares. But it's also, for me, it was the fun part. And it currently is the fun part because it's constantly facing, a small and virtuous obstacle that then you can overcome and hopefully do something cool. But
So, more questions.
yes.
If you want to.
No, go. I've lost.
Yeah, or I'm trying to answer very fast to some of the questions. Do you imagine the game will be played primarily Theater of the Mind or with minis? We usually prefer Theater of the Mind, and we write game to be played as Theater of the Mind. Of course, we'll see. I mean, the game is new, so people will start playing it in a few months. We'll see what kind of style will prevail, but we always prefer Theater of the Mind. Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild? For me, Breath of the Wild, I think for you as well, because it's a wonderful game. It's really a unique work of art, in my opinion, and also because it, at least for me and for Rico, it was something that were there during the most difficult time in the pandemic here in Italy, where everything was closed. We don't have any, we cannot. I wasn't able to go out, etc. It was a game that really allows us to explore,
Breathe.
In that time, breathe in that time, very very difficult time. I don't know if Rico wants to.
No, and
add
I've played 200 hours of Breath of the Wild and still like go back there and find new things. It's such an incredibly deep game. Is what we call, I don't know if it translates well, but we say it's a work of legs. So it means that it's not just a cool idea, but it's thousands of people doing a lot of work, being, going crazy about all the little details. And this is what we aim to achieve with Lens of Radia. There is a question.
Will the map of Radia be included in the book? Yes, in Lens of Radia, of course, you will find
also in the core rule book.
Also, the complete map, also in the core rule book, of course, just for you to see. By Lens of Radia, of course, you will have also all the regions and the square, or whatever they were called in English, I don't remember, with all the information. So yes, of course, even if you don't actually have the cards, that I think still are very, very useful to visualize the magnitude of the map, because of course the book is just as big as the book. You will have everything you need inside the books, of course.
And I was since we are talking about maps and cards, I always want to stress that you don't need the cards. I know that you see that we advertise cards a lot, so people are like, yeah, we don't need, but we need them. But actually, the game was not designed around cards. Or actually, it was designed around the squares that we called cards as locations, landmarks, monsters, skills, spells. Everything was into these cards, but cards was our way to say sheets, basically. So a monster sheet, a monster stat was monster card. Then we decided to turn it into actual cards for 3 reasons. 1, because it's cool and it's quick. 2, because it lures players, and we found out when we started this 5 years ago, we were kind of against cards and aids. We want everything like theater of the mind, but we realized that a lot of people need physical stuff, and it's a cool way to lure your players into play. Maybe your friends only played board game, or they are unsure about RPGs. And at first we thought, well, the more it's up to your imagination, the better. But actually, for some people, it was, too much. It was like they were lost. Okay, what do we do? So having physical components really helped with new players. And third, because this game, it's all about accessibility, and it's a game that wants you to play it. And so having physical stuff ready on the table makes it easier, hopefully quicker to play.
Again, I'm just scrolling the chat, answering question because why not?
Too many.
Where are all these ideas about more parts and more keen, or the new pattern mechanics planned to be turned into future sales content as expansion? So let's start talking about parts and keys that you found here as stretch goal. Let's say that we already thought before launching about the first key, the aura, and the first path, the path of the shield. We would like, we really hope to incorporate that in Lands of Radia from the beginning. But the rest of the stuff, I must be completely transparent with you. The Groda, what's the name of the last one?
Hammer, the way of the hammer, or the Darrow.
The way of the hammer and the Darrow were 100% thought and drawn by Daniela, and the name was found by Rico, and the rules invented during the campaign for the campaign as a stretch goal. So they didn't exist prior of the beginning of this crowdfunding campaign. As the Cockuro generator or many other stretch goals. We usually try to keep our books very with an idea, with a theme, with a focus. So that's the things you found inside the books prior or after the stretch goal are all the things that we personally thought it was perfect for that specific book, for the core book or for the expansion called Lands of Radia. We have other ideas, as we told at the beginning, that will probably be featured in a new expansion, a different kind of expansion or book in the future, hopefully.
Daniela is sending me the art right now. So if you want to take another question, Simona, and then I can show you what she did.
Okay. This is too easy. What's our favorite iteration of Outgun, and why is Outgun Adventure? Because come on, Pulp Adventure. I don't need to answer that. It's everybody's favorite theme. It's Pulp Adventure. As a game, I must say, personally, as a game that I made, I prefer Outgun Superheroes, because I think we made, me and Rico, an amazing job. I would say this to ourselves. The game is very fun, and it's a different take on the superhero genre, so I love it as a game. But as a genre, as an iteration, I mean, Pulp Adventure, it's something that everybody loves. Ancient ruins, crumbling temples, traps. It's so archetypical. It's so inside our DNA to just look at this kind of stuff with a smile on our face. I don't know how else to
It's too cool. It's just too cool. There is no other way to say. So adventure wins every time. I will show you what Daniela choose for this art. I will put you on the mic.
Okay. Here. Okay, here I am. Yeah, it was the Cockuro playing card with the bird, because it was just too cute. And I couldn't resist to do it. So I had a second Cockuro because I think that it was fun to have one Cockuro really crunch on the cards, and the other that is just a little light, that is looking at the card of the bird, and he's just saying, oh yeah, he's winning. Oh, that's cool. At the board, of course.
So what do you already know what's going to be the next Cockuro, or do you want other advices from the chat, or you have something from the previous?
Well, I like both the fishing one and the big shield. I think I'm gonna try to do the big shield.
Big shield.
And let's do that.
So big shield it is. So I don't know if one of you, who one of you suggested this playing cards with a chicken, or who suggested the big shield, but like you. Other questions, Simona?
And I just it's scrolling so fast, like trying to find some question, but it keeps moving. So please be patient. If you were going to play a Twilight Sword game right now, what kin and ways would each of you pick? Rico. Oh my, it's adorable.
Caddy, way of the song played, obviously. Like,
Why I'm asking, Rico? You are
it's
so
yes, predictable.
I will go full Pengu, of course. I mean, look at the Pengu. There's nothing better. Probably Pengu way of the magic hammer.
I was saying magic shield because it's
I was, but Pengu for me is hammer. I mean,
yeah.
he got like big hands. I love it.
Because Simone is one of those psychopaths who used to play like blue and black, blue and red on Magic the Gathering. So that's the kind of guy.
Blue and red. I always suck the Magic the Gathering. I can say it out loud right now.
Danny, what is what would you play as? But tell me, and I'll repeat because it's too hard to change the microphone. What kin and ways or ways?
I'm a little. I like easy things, so I'm going to go with.
Light blade, Yuma light blade, light just main character vibe. Yes, okay. Daniela goes for the main character vibe. Anyone here remember Legends of the Dragon? Of course we remember. We were there. We lived Legends of the Dragon. I still cry for Lavitz in my sleep to this day. And like 4 people out of 200 that are following this live will understand what I'm saying. So raise your hands for Lavitz. Simona is a Dimir player, unfortunately.
Yes, I was a Dimir player. Now I remember. I was a Dimir player. I played Magic very briefly. I must. Everything but Dimir, yes.
In Magic the Gathering, I played for several years a mono green deck with just elves. The mono elves is one of the most annoying decks you can find again because I am constantly summoning creatures. I had 3 of them at a time. It's what I like, summoning 1/1/1/1/1/1 all the time. So, guys, if you are just entered this live stream, you should know that we have been live for an hour now. The campaign should have ended like 30 minutes ago, but we are in overtime, so it will go on and on and on and on and on until someone continues to pledge, within 10 minutes from the previous one. So now we are getting it at that moment where we are out of arguments and we are just going sillies and talking about video games and trying to answer all the questions from the chat. Simone, do you have anything else from the chat?
It's so very confusing. I'm looking for. Let's say that. Okay, there is time.
There was a question about a French version somewhere. I lost it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know
Or
where.
French convention. We do not do. We are never done up until today in 5 years any third party language. We only do our games in Italian because we are Italian. Surprise. And we do them in English, of course, thanks to Caterina and John. We have never done other languages because we cannot do that ourselves, and we don't allow other people to do stuff without us. We are very protective of our creatures, and that's also why it is a huge step for us to have released that we will release third party license, so you can make your own Twilight Sword, supplements and kin and stuff.
Someone is asking, based on number of players, how many card chests / tokens would you recommend as add-on?
That's a cool question.
One card chest is enough for a group. It's designed for the GM, so it has all the monster, one map, of course. It of course will have copies of all the equipment in the game, but it should be enough for an entire.
The card chest is the most difficult. I'll take it for last. But if we talk about stamina and hearts, the stamina and hearts that are one single package of stamina, 20 stamina and 30 hearts, that you have for free in the Twilight Champion and Champion Pledge levels are enough for 4, let's say, level 1 champions. And will be enough for up to 2 champions that have max out that stat. So if you want to be sure that for up to 4 or 5 players, we are always full of stamina and hearts.
One set every 2 players to be sure that even when they are growing with their characters, you will have enough token for everybody.
And so there is that. For tokens and champion tokens, the champion coins, inside the starter chest, there is enough for 4 players, all you need for 4 players. And with the add-on is also enough for 4 players, I believe. Yes, yes, it's for 4 players. So up to 8 if you need both of them. And then what else? And then there is, of course, the card chest is 1 copy of each card. So monsters, locations, maps, it's enough, of course, for the GM. On the spell and feats and item side, if 2 players share the same equipment or feats, you will only have 1 copy of the cards because we are already at basically 300 and we cannot add duplicates. So it largely depends on you. For us, 1 chest is enough, meaning that even if 2 have the same skill, one of them can write it on the sheet. They can sit together and put the card on the table. But if you really are like, you want everyone to have their copy, maybe 2 card chests can make sense. So that's the bottom line. Too many questions going on in the chat.
No,
Sorry, it's complicated.
Way. I understand. See about what is where the page world project under system will do. Is 1 set of stamina enough? We already answered that. Legendary guy, yeah.
Almost 685 in the meantime, so it's still going 50k away from the final stretch goal. And Daniela is a Cockuro with a big shield. It's heroic.
It's really. It's
a powerful.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes, I would trust this Cockuro with my life.
Exactly.
Okay, is there a way to fly in this game for spells or items? I don't know. I must be completely honest with you. I think so.
There is the flying spell. It's not like it's not like super effective, like it's not for a prolonged period of time, but there is a flight spell to use. There are no flying machines, there are no flying kings at the moment. But don't tell the pengu.
I mean, the penguin. It's
They
not
are
my fault.
they are sensitive about it. Love the art for the 600K. The big art that Daniela did. Yes, this one. Let me see if I can pop it up real quick. We have this version. It's big. I've posted on the Discord server, and I will post it again because it's a little more wallpaper friendly with the logo and stuff. But you can find it on Discord, and I will pop it on Discord again, or maybe even throw it in Backerkit update so you can download it.
Wait, who is your guys' favorite of the playable characters? Someone has.
Again, I'm going to be super predictive. For me, I have to say two of them. The one I like the most, one is Raffi, of course, Caddy Way of the Song, and the other is Garf, because I like ranged characters as well. I like all the characters that can do a little bit of control. I don't like big damage, but I like moving better than others and that kind of stuff. And Simone, of course, it's going to be Ivor, Pengu Way of Magic.
That's Pengu. I don't know why we are talking about it.
And for Daniela is
It's an operator.
Fiora
Always go
or
for
Sarah.
It's Fiora.
Good night,
Fiora.
Martin.
Good night, Martin. Thanks for the help. We'll see you tomorrow with the train still going, hopefully.
Oh my.
So, little more than 14.
Less than 15,000 euros away from the 700,000 stretch. How much is this in like United States dollars? I don't know.
There's
I believe someone from the US right now in the chat that could help us understand where we are in US dollars.
We have a first-time tabletop RPG player, first-time Backerkit user, and a first-time YouTube commenter, and writer.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Toasty Groover, for being here. Thank you for giving us all these trust. I can assure you we love to write games that even people that are not used to role-playing can understand and enjoy. I hope we will do a good job this time as well. So yes, thank you for being here.
I'm just sorry for your kids, because these tabletop RPGs are way more expensive than drugs and way more addictive. So it's always, it's a tough choice. It's we all started young, and
I think you can absolutely learn together and play together. This is a good age to start playing with an adult. I actually started playing with my little sister when she was 9, I think. Back then we played household, of course. But yes.
Thanks. And it's I have to say that we do not design games especially thinking about kids, because we don't have kids on our own. Simona got a 3-year-old son, which is too young to properly role play. He always cheat whenever he can.
Yes. And hit me in the head.
Yes.
Very, very
Simone's son deals a lot of damage, always have sticky, dirty hands, and cheats a lot. So it's basically like all my players. It's already the perfect RPG player. But seriously, we don't design our game for kids, but we do design them thinking about generational gap, trying to close that generational gap. We try to make stories and ideas and concepts that can work across the ages, and that's why we love adventure so much, because everyone can relate to Indiana Jones and Lara Croft and Nathan Drake, and that sort of stuff.
Okay, questo è wow, a lot of question. Before I go to the more complex one, how does combat will work in Twilight Sword? We had a couple of live stream. If you want a more complex and long answer, but basically yes, it's more light rules. So theater of the mind. There are monster with monster cards and statistic, etc. Everybody got one or more action per turn. But if you want to know more, let's say it's light rules for sure. You can find here in the page or on our YouTube channel the cat system reviews and another live
Basic
stream that
rules.
was
It's
called
called Basic Rules.
Basic rules. So we will when we talk a little bit more about monsters, how they works, etc.
Things that I think everyone can appreciate knowing. This game is there is initiative, different initiative for single players and monsters. I always say that because in our other game like Household, it has the initiative like all the players and then all the monsters. But these have mixed initiative. We don't use grid. We use narrative ranges like near, far, close, too far. But there's also a conversion chart in meters. So how like close is up to 9 meters. And so there's also a conversion chart if you want to use a bottom map that that close, for example, is I believe three squares on a bottom. I don't remember.
There's a way to translate, but
Yes.
I will see something silly right now.
But we always encourage people to use theater of the mind to at least give it a try. And if you are using miniature, to not to stick too much to the grid, but to try and be a little bit more
To use
open.
them to visualize better the scene, but not stick, of course, on meters, centimeters, etc.
Which Miyazaki or Studio Ghibli
Miyazaki.
movie inspired Twilight Sword the most? Obviously, Princess Mononoke for the ambience. I have to say also Princess Kaguya a lot for kind of the vibe, the general vibe and the nature. And of course, we would just be listing all of them, but of course, Spirited Away and House Moving Castles are kind of the symbol of Studio Ghibli, and they are definitely one of the starting inspiration for the art, at least.
Well,
We have another Cockuro ready.
yes.
Send me, and then I'll.
Let's see.
Should be here. Okay, are you ready? The chat asked for Kokoro with a shield that it's too big for them. And here they are. Ta-da!
It wasn't easy as I thought, because really he couldn't hold the shield anywhere. So at some point I thought to just roll down the shield and make him use it as a boat, and put him inside. But I thought it would have ruined the Shanic effect.
Yes.
So here it is. I think he just found a shield, and now he's rolling with and a stick. He has a stick.
Yes.
And now he's rolling with it. Yeah.
I guess if you meet this guy during your campaign Twilight Sword, you will have to reassure him that yes, that's an incredibly cool
Yes.
stick.
Yes.
Yes, I see that you have a stick. Yes, it's cool. It's
It's
a
cool.
cool stick. Like it would be like this.
It's a cool.
Yes, you have a stick. I get it. So they all look very annoying. Thank you, Daniela. Do you know what's next, or should we ask for other suggestion, or do you want to go with the fishing one,
First, another
or do you
suggestion.
other
Yeah.
suggestion? Now that you have seen what we
I'll
are
do
doing,
the fishing.
let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Suggest
I will do
something
a crazy
crazy,
one.
crazier.
Let's see. Cockuro in a bath. Like taking a bath. Thinking
Cockuro
on
taking
the
a
chest of a sleeping pengu.
sitting on the chest
Let's
of a
see.
sleeping pengu in hot water.
We of the
Cockuro
steam
holding an
wheel.
umbrella like Totoro.
Oh, it's very good.
Warming up at a
Heat up
campfire.
like a
Bubble
bird
bath.
like a-
A lot of buff.
Okay.
A Kokoro yokai parade. Maybe it's a bit too long for the live. Cuddling a cat.
Stealing
Stealing
food,
food.
though. Hot spring.
Piggyback riding. Holding
I
a
like.
lily.
Oh god, they're so cute. I'm sorry, but I really like the penguin.
The pengu. Sitting on a pengu. Sitting on the belly of a pengu. So there's also a Kokoro dressed as Vardas. Imagine ideal.
That looks
686.
Way, yoo-hoo! It's
14,000 euros to go. Guys,
40,000. Man, it's only been 1 hour since we are in live.
no, it's crazy that for the first time it looks like we might actually get to 700,000, which is I don't know how many European campaigns
I don't know,
tabletop
not many.
RPG in Europe, not only in Italy, have done something like that. I don't know if I can convey the other level of insanity that this campaign is reaching. It's really this is just crazy. It's thank you.
Cockuro with a Vardas plushie. It's also
Kokoro with
very
a
cute.
Vardas
Now,
plushie.
someone, Blaze, was asking before also, sorry, I missed the question, wanted to answer, about auras. If we can tell something more about auras, if there can be some like auras NPC apart from the champion that we unlocked, etc., etc. Let's say aura, the champion, it's a very peculiar
But
kind
sorry,
of kin
it's
because
it's. I know it's always hard when we speak English,
aura,
but it's
aura.
it's pronounced aura as in
You're
Italian.
right. You're right.
But we
And
use
also, before I come back to the aura, sorry, someone asked about if we put some Italian folklore or something into Twilight Sword. That is not the case, I think, but we are trying to keep a lot of Italian-sounded words in regions, in kins, because yes, because we like it probably. So yes, the aura are pronounced aura, and so the Groda and many more
so
different. So we are
it's
trying to
radia. The
radia.
word where you live, it's radia, not radia. It's the aura, not the aura. And the city where Vardas live right now, it's called Radiosa, which is a very Italian, also a little bit a Spanish sounding word, Radiosa.
Yes.
I think it sounds a little bit Spanish. Also, dice pouch. This is from Outgunned. Usually we do this kind of size. So I can answer finally with, because there's a lot of question about the size. Usually we can fit up to, I'd say, 3 sets of dice inside. So definitely 2 and some other stuff, coins, but hope this helps to visualize. Aura, sorry, Simone, I interrupt you.
No, no, don't worry, don't worry. Aura means what aura means in English. Just it's the same word, I think. Just to be sure. Yes, as I said, it's a peculiar kin because aura are currently supposedly extinct. They were the ancient inhabitants of the lands of Radia before all the great cataclysm and the scourge arrived. That whatever happened in the past, in the far past of the land. And when we unlocked it as a playable king, we imagine that very, very, very few roamed the earth for whatever reason. Maybe a champion that was awakened for a deep slumber, or bring back as an outsider directly from the past version of the world. But yes, I think it's cool to have a really unique and elusive and important NPC being an aura with the same characteristics that you will have as a champion. Someone that, for whatever reason, was a powerful mage. I don't know. He survived or he was drifted away and now he came back to the land. But yes, it could be, I think, very interesting in a campaign.
And I think I'm 99% positive that we will also add at this point an aura patron if we unlock it at 700k, so that you can have this ancient aura roaming for Radia from across Radia, helping the champions. So can I? Yes, you can. There will be late pledges, meaning that if you don't back now, there will be a chance to back next year. But the price of the higher tiers will be slightly higher. Like the starter set, it will cost probably the same, even if we unlock something. But definitely the champion and the Twilight champion with all the stretch goal will be a little bit more expensive because we went a little bit crazy. And we can only do that during campaign when we know how much we are making, we are producing. But if you do back at any level now and upgrade next month or in the next 3 months or whatever, you will keep the current prices. No, it will not be higher to upgrade. Of course, you are part of the campaign, and then it's just that the pre-order, because I know they are perceived as the same thing, like the pledge manager and the late pledges, but they're actually two different stores.
Yes.
So if you enter the pledge manager, you get the survey, then you are 100% inside the campaign still. If you are a late baker, you're basically in a store, and so the prices will be slightly higher, nothing crazy, but
a lot of people asking about puzzle mechanics and such. In Twilight's world, landmarks, what we call landmarks, is a huge part of the game, and it's one of the main ways to actually achieve hope, gain hope, to solve a mystery around a landmark. Landmark are peculiar places that you can find more or less thank you, Rika, for the visual aid. More or less one in each square. It's not a rule, but there are a few in each region, and each of them has a story, a mystery to unveil, some puzzles, secret, and every single of them are slightly different. So to understand every single rule, what we intend to have your players come up with to solve the mysteries beyond the landmarks, you must visit multiple landmarks, because one landmark can be a city, one can be a temple, an underground temple with traps and some sort of ancient mechanical device that needs to be understood before. And every landmark is tied to this sort of big quest, revolving around its secrets that will help bring a little bit of hope in that region. I hope it.
So yes, puzzles are related to landmarks, and you will find rule to face, these specific landmarks in Land of Radia. So they works like quests / places to visit. But also in the core rule book, you will have suggestion and mechanics to build your own landmarks, because you can play this game in any setting. We don't say that enough.
Yes,
You
we
don't
don't.
have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's of course we like to talk about bringing hope to Radia, because when you do when you talk about the game, it's always, for me at least, it's a little bit weird to be like setting agnostic, like saying bring some hope to the world or whatever that is for you. So we always talk about Radia, but actually with the core rulebook you can play in any kind of setting that you
Yes,
might
again,
like.
it's easier for us to explain the game, talking about the regions of Radia, the landmarks of Radia, the kings of Radia, etc., etc. But these are parts of the core of the game. In Twilight Sword, you are in a land that is divided in region. Each region has a level of despair and a number of landmarks, and or bosses, a number of things that you can fix or fight or resolve or discover or help in order to bring back hope. That is the mechanic of the game. That we, of course, tie to our own land of Radia, because it's much easier to talk about it.
Yes.
But the landmark is a concept in the game, just to be sure.
So imagine this. Let's talk about Lens of Radia a little bit. Imagine that you've got this book, and there is, of course, the map of Radia. And the map of Radia is divided into 25 squares. These squares will also be cards, but they are also useful because each square will be inside the book, and the other three square, and when you flip the pages, the rest of the squares will talk about this specific square. So, for example, let me see if I can show you something. Like, this is one of the. So maybe okay, this is all the map. So the 25 tiles of the map. Now, if you look on the bottom left, you find that 2 tiles actually make one of the 8 region. Yay, Tetris. And it's called Aramilla. Aramilla, it's a valley full of giant mushroom. So when we go to the pages of Aramilla inside Lens of Radia, what will we found? We will find the 2 squares. Now I have them combined, but you will find them separately. And of these 2 square, NPCs that are there, monsters that are there, loot that you can find there, and also in some of the square, most of the square, you will also find either a boss with the cards of that boss, or a specific landmark that comes with its sort of quest. So quests in this game are not only but also related to landmarks, much of something like the One Ring, which I believe has this cool concept of going to places and the place is the quest. So yes, basically it's going to be kind of a word guide, square by square, so that wherever your characters, your player decide to go, you always have the guide of that place ready, and you don't have to read the whole thing, which was the problem with some games like our Household, that you have to read the whole freaking thing is 300 pages. But if your player suddenly like, I want to go on the other side of the garden, you are like, oh, fuck, I have to.
Oh no.
I wasn't ready for that. We tried to. We are trying to solve this issue of not being, taken aback by your player's decision, which will always be the worst decision. Let's face it. You want to show both of them, or you want?
Just one moment.
Okay, sorry. She's doing multiple versions now. We have.
Is there one major kin per region? Yes and no. Meaning, when we devised kin, we imagine every kin being more at home in a specific region. From a specific region, there are a few like capital city of some kins, maybe big city where lots of these kins are, but it's not a rule. Not every region and its main kin. It's just something we use when building Radia to see. Okay, we have Grodas, very cool. We have like a swamp-like part. Probably they live there. I don't know. So it's something we used to better devise what kind of kin could live in our world.
So let's take a look at the regions. Here, okay. So the bottom left part is Aramilla that we just showed. It's mostly the home of the Yuma. Yuma can be found everywhere, but I'd say it's the starting location really. It's the level 1 location that we suggest, and it's usually a land of Yuma. Pen Mountains on the northern side are, of course, home of the Pengus historically, and then on the top right side, we have Sagrata, the desert. Sagrata Desert is the historical home of the Kedis, as you can see from the shape of their buildings. And then bottom right, that's the coast of Radia. Is the it's Tolanga. Tolanga is the home of the Toluna. And of course, the center now it's the Fortress of Evil. Used to be the city of Radiosa, the ancient home of the Aura. And then on the right, we've got this sort of swamp, which is home to the Groda. And on the right, where there is this lake region with the city in the middle, that's Zavosta, and Zavosta is the capital city of the Strix, or used to be the capital city, but you'll see when you get there. And yes, there used to be giant fishes.
Fish.
Or at least one giant fish.
Yes, that singular giant fish. We don't know. Maybe it was an accident.
You'll have to find out. That's also a landmark. So it's up to you. There was a question about hope, but I missed the question. I don't know if you can find it in...
You said hope is for everyone. Does the group need to discuss who is using hope for their advantage, or everyone got the same amount to develop their character?
It's let's say you advance, you don't advance, or you get a new feat or choose a new way, an additional way, when you have 4 hopes. I'm simplifying, but let's say you have 4 hope. When the group has 4 hope, everyone can advance. And then when the group reaches 8 hope, then everyone get to choose another feat. So everyone advance. You don't spend hope in order to advance. So if a character dies in this game, or if a champion dies, or simply another champion enter the game, they will immediately be the same level of the other, because they have the same hope, so they can use them to buy, additional feats and ways. Where do the Mallards come from? The Mallards come from out of Radia. The Mallards are outsider. And if you play Mallard, were early bird exclusive kin that we will give to everyone, early bird or not, in PDF, and are a kin that was taken from Dragonbane, from Free League's Dragonbane, and they will have this sort of little lore that they are actually coming from another land just to face Vardas, because they are, there are other people out there who are sick and tired of this huge armored boy bringing despair.
I don't understand. I think it's cool.
Are you ready? No, you need a little more time. You want to show the first one, or you want to show them together?
Together.
Together. Okay, you have to wait, guys. Why is there a desert in the same tropic zone as the snowy mountain? This makes no sense. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I believe that we like the idea to answer. I'm seeing a little bit of a lag, but hopefully it's fine. Simone, are you there? No, we lost. I believe we lost Simone. I don't know. I don't. Can you? Sorry, guys. Can you hear me or see me? I don't know if Simone. No, Simone. Okay, we just lost Simone. So, guys, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music for 5 minutes and see what happened to Simone, and be right back. Okay, we should be back with Simone as well. Simone, are you here?
Hello, I hope you can hear
Okay.
me. Sorry, everybody crashed here in Simone's little office. Like computer and everybody. I cannot even use my phone for a bit, but now we are back and we are at $688,000, meaning we are less than 12,000 euros away from our 700.
It's basically done. It's there. It's like,
It's pretty that. It's
why are
pretty
we
that.
even
It's
why are
been
we
too,
even bothering?
too much strain. Yes. Too much.
So I took the opportunity to take this. In case you don't know, it should be common knowledge, but me and Daniela, we are doing a Dragon Ball Z advent calendar. I don't know if you know, Simone.
No, I
This
didn't
is
know.
this is today's entry. So Daniela, do the honor. Now we're doing random stuff. What do we have today? Let's open.
I really like C18. I really like C18.
Cybergating. Yes, but it's not going to be cybergating.
To be like golden. I think it's what?
But oh,
Please.
it's a mutant. Mutant.
Oh!
We have that.
Now we have a different one.
How is it?
But it's-
How is it different?
Because the one that we have is going like this.
Oh, this is.
And this gets the stuff. So
He
it's
has a
it's
stick.
the second turtle master that we have this month. But you know,
He has a cool stick.
so unfortunately Daniela has no problem with the microphone, it's just problem with her voice because Daniela like to speak when her microphone is not on. So we have to switch from one microphone to the other because otherwise the sound it's looping. So it's unfortunate for Daniela that has to wait for me to click the button all the time, every time.
If you add things by accidental design, you can manage your pledge and change the add-on. Simple. Go upper side of the campaign page, should be manage your pledge, and then you can change add-on, add, remove, whatever.
There's a question about Action Flix 3. And so, by the way, I have a problem that since I have OBS and the Discord channel and the campaign page, I can only see the bottom of the chat. So I'm always going to read the last question. So if I miss a question, Simone, please bring it up to me because I can only read
I'm trying, but it's
the last one. So the last one currently for me, it's on a different topic. Any update on Action Flix Volume 3? Yes, Action Flix Volume 3 is basically wrapped up. We are finishing. We are wrapping up Still Titans, still adding, changing something because the page count for Still Titan it's so tight. It's already the biggest that we have, but it's too much stuff. And then some of the art is still, but one or two, props. And then we are wrapping up the what we call the trailers, which are these short novels at the beginning of the chapter. And then it should be done. If not by the end of the year, in the first week of January, it should be. So on a bad news, it may not come as by the end of the year, but just like 7 days, 10 days after. But on a good news, it's not going to be a beta. It's going to be the real deal because we are actually a bit ahead of time, and so we are thinking of if we can manage to not deliver it on a delay, like stay within like the first 10 days of January, we will release it full directly. I have to say that my favorite, before writing it was different, but after writing them, my favorite is probably Beast Unleashed.
That's cool.
Beast Unleashed
Also,
is very cool.
How it's called? the one with the demigods.
Gods and Men.
Gods and Men. Sorry, I'm starting to get tired. Yes, Gods and Men. It's good
God,
stuff.
Gods and Men is very cool as well. But the reason I like Beast Unleashed is because it gives you, especially when you combine it with the superheroes. Basically, Beast Unleashed offer you. Beast Unleashed is about where beast people. So it's Altered Beast, it's Bloody Roar, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's all
A
those kind.
fighting hybrid feral people animal thing
Yes,
that knows how to fight. That's about that.
and so it's yeah, but that's Outgunned. Sorry, we are talking about Twilight Sword. Sorry for the people who don't know what Outgunned is. Do you have plan to
Probably
release
already asked,
expansion?
yes, but don't worry, we got time. Yes, we absolutely, since, I mean, it's not a secret that the campaign is an outstanding, smashing success for us. Our biggest to date so far. Yes, we plan to release expansions for Twilight Sword. Before anyone asks it, we are not working on them, of course. We really need to wrap it up. But we are thinking about it. Let's say when we thought about stuff for stretch goals, kins and ways and other stuff, a lot of ideas came to our minds, and we are wrapping them up in a new expansion for the future. We'll talk about that.
Yes, but we have two supplements that we are currently entering, playtesting ideas and stuff, and we didn't know what to do. But since the campaign is going so well, we'll probably do both of them together somewhere next year or the next one. But because they're two things that I think you will appreciate by the feel that I got from the the chat. I think that it's going to be. I think we hit the right spot with the supplement.
Yeah.
There was a question about magic items. So there is two way of intending magic items. So on one side we've got elemental weapons. So weapons that are or items that are infused with elemental powers. And they are their own stuff, they're in their own rules, and you can make your own, basically, using all the 8 elements. And the Twilight Sword from the title is one of these elemental weapon. So we are talking about weapons and armors that have specific elemental powers. On the other side, there are what we call enchanted, I believe, items.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because it's in Italian, but I don't think it's magic. I think it's enchanted. Enchanted items are items that will allow you temporarily or for a certain amount of uses to cast some spells, even if you are not a wizard, Harry. So that's and so I don't know if there will be rules to make your own, but basically there are vehicles to cast spells, so you've got all the spells, so they're pretty straightforward. A Twilight Sword action flick. No, let's try not to mix the games together. Physical Twilight Sword. Well, one day I have to say that if we thought this campaign was going to go so well, so big, so such a huge success, maybe we could have done like a 3D Twilight Sword sort of how is it called, like a standee or something. But it's an item that we have never done. It's a bit expensive, and we didn't have time to think. We were overwhelmed by the campaign. So in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll do a sort of Twilight Sword.
If not, this is not the last time you will hear about Twilight Sword. So rest assured, we have other ideas. We will come up with other ideas, and we will have definitely more Twilight Sword things happening in the future.
kin that we are thinking of making in the future, I think there is at least 3 that we definitely want to make. Let's just say that in the future, in the supplements, we want to try a bit of a darker route also with the champion. It's not going to be an evil campaign. Don't start with evil campaign. Play nice. Be nice, guys. Always, especially the Italians, always asking for naughty campaigns.
Hero.
Yes, there are weapons that will give you higher numbers. That there are more refined weapon that will be less durable but give you like +1, +2 bonuses to your rolls, that kind of stuff. But they are not magic item. Magic item are for magic effect for magic actually cast magic spells. Future expansion also come to crowdfunding. I guess so, because we are basically a crowdfunding company.
Yes,
We
the
don't
answer
have.
here is probably meaning yes, we like do things of crowdfunding. We are not shy about it because it's cool to have you a constant feedback, to have the time, a chance to come up with something new that we thought after reading your comments and thinking about it. So we really do love making things on crowdfunding. That being said, I think so. Who knows in the future if anything will change.
There's also the question of the because they're moving. I cannot follow but there's question about how big Radia is, definitely. So you have to understand in this that when you see Radia, maybe it looks a little bit smaller because all the places, all the trees are blown up. And that's because the style that we used was not meant to mimic actual measures that will be in the game. So how long it takes to go from A to B will be in the game, of course, in terms of days of travel. But it was meant to give you an actual idea of where I want to go, where's there. So, for example, the entrance of a cave is as big as a city. And so everything is a little bit blown up, kind of what you would expect on a tourist map. So definitely don't take this map for measure, but trust the book. That books will give you actual measures. Can we have 3 ways? No, you can have up to 2 ways. You start with 1, and then you can either, every time you advance, every time you gain a certain amount of hope, you can either unlock other feats from your way or add another way and start unlocking feats from that way. And once you have unlocked your second way, then you can choose feats from both ways, but up to 2. I don't know if you are done?
Quite. Just
Almost done.
have to saturate.
But your microphone is not on. What will you adopt it? What will you do about it if my player strict? We will be very strict about it. If you will, there will be consequences.
Yes, role-playing police to your place of work. I don't know.
There is the RPG police will know about that.
Especially with a giant fishkin, that would be absolutely terrifying.
This is what basically was what I tell to everyone when they say, well, I don't like this rule. That doesn't make sense. It would be better to have B. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, don't let a book tell you what to do. Or if you want to take, advice from a book, choose a better book than to have to like live your life.
They will take away your books. Ideal parties are, guys, usually the ideal party size is always 4 to 5 players plus
Three to five.
GM.
Like, come on.
3 to 5, yes. 3 to 5 players plus GM. It depends on the type of campaign, the type of group, what you like to do. I had personally session with 7, 8 people was very fun, or with even with less. But yes, usual a game is written for 3 to 5 character playable character.
You get 2 levels of despair and no more ways for you. But seriously, the only reason we limit ways to 2 is to ensure that everyone gets their part. You know, that everyone, especially if you are an experienced GM and your player are not assholes, it's late in Italy, so I can say assholes. They're not assholes. They know that they don't have to take anything from others. So, you know, they don't have to take screen time. They don't have to take space from others. It's not a problem if they want a specific fee to make a specific combo. The worst it can happen is that they are too strong or too, you know, or too weak. It's not the end of the world. But it's important that everyone get their moment to shine. Because if you have the mage, who's also the tank, who also knows the best healing spells, at a certain point you're like, okay, play. The others
Do it
will not have.
yourself.
Yeah, just play. Okay, so we have 2 actually Kokkoros sit on 2 Pengus, I guess. So this is the first one. And it's too big. Okay. Here they are. Daniela, you have the microphone.
Okay. Okay. The first one it was just a quick sketch because I had this image in mind where there was this big pengu, and inside the shape of the big pengu there was the little Cockuro, and I didn't think that was the right image to do this night. But I wanted anyway to do it. And the second one, I had in mind something more similar for the first one. Also, a little Totoro-like, because I was thinking about the Cockuro that was piegarsi? Clinging down to the pengu, and then I thought of the stick, and I want to show the pengu the stick. Stick. And that's it.
No, you cannot play as Kokkoros. Kokkoros cannot be champions. See, the penguin was like me before. Like, yeah, I know you got the stick. It's a cool stick. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, he found another stick. So done with the Cockuro. So next Cockuro. Do you want to take a break?
No, I want to do the fishing one.
The fishing Cockuro. They say they want a fishing Cockuro with the Sanpei hat,
Okay.
straw hat. So I'll play as a Cockuro. Okay, you know now. This is just anarchy at this point.
Yes, everybody.
3 Cockoros in a trench coat is it's a possibility. It's already they already got more, champions vibe. Too late for the Cockoros in the trench coat. So almost we are like 11,000 years ago. I'd say Simone will wait until 690, and then I think we can wrap up the live stream and let the train do
Yes.
its own thing, and hopefully we will keep being there. We can take the party to Discord, and if you are not on our Discord server, you can go to Backerkit and you can scroll down to contacts. I believe at the bottom of the page there is a banner with Discord. You click on it, you enter, and then you look for a channel that is called Hype Train. And in Hype Train there will be us, and we will keep saying silly things until we finally reach the 700, because I believe it was at 686 that I realized that this is actually happening, that we are going to do 700,000. Blew my mind. Way of the Cockuro. We want Cockuro plushes. I say it once and I'll say it again. I know that you agree. Some of you agree with me. For the next campaign, I want to. So this is another, like, Two Little Mice trivia stuff. So every campaign, we try to do something new, meaning something that we have never actually produced, that we have never actually done. And we have done several things with these intentions in mind. For a very old Broken Compass campaign, we did hats, leather hats, and then we did metal coins. And for household, we have done, this is not finished yet, but because I only have prototypes, so this is a little bit dirty, but we have done like triangular coins, which is it was kind of a new thing for us to do. And then for Household Volume 2, we did these things. Dice scroll. This is a dice bag made of faux leather, and we have never done this in the past, so we decided, okay, let's try it. And with Twilight Sword, we went a little bit crazy with the shape. Of course, everything is custom made. There is no, like, the boxes, the books, everything was made this way just for us. So we wanted to try and push the boundaries of like the format. But also, for the first time, we are going to have these slip cases with a metallic effect and with a 3D embossing, which I don't know how it'll be done, how the file will have to look. We have only been reassured that we are that our factories can do that, and we've seen very cool, samples. And so we have never done all of this, just to say that we have never done plushes in the past. So
No.
next year we might do plushes. Grelo, I'm happy that you still have your hat. And by the way, Grelo, last week I took a cab to go to the center of Rome, and the taxi driver was a close friend of the guy who did the hats, because Rome is big, but it's not that big apparently. So
That's the exact definition of Rome. It's a 4 million people city, I think. But
no, for the first time, Grelo, actually, Twilight Sword will not be soft touch.
no,
This is the first
too
book.
many things happening on the cover of Twilight Sword, even at the soft touch.
So there is a problem with the soft touch. Soft touch will make the images less shiny. Now for Outgunned, it's particularly cool because it makes everything have a little bit of a grit. Everything is a little bit wash out, which is cool. For Household, it works. We have to do many trials, samples to achieve, because this is very different from the file that you see online. This is actually, everything has to be super saturated in order to keep a little bit of vibrant color, yes. But also it matches the household aesthetic that this is kind of a painting style. It's not overly bright. With Twilight Sword, it's all the opposite. We want this to be as shiny, as glossy, as bright as possible. So unfortunately, the soft touch effect was counterintuitive. That's why we went for other effects such as glossy finish and UV spot that will make the logos shine.
Brief question about bank transfer. Since Backerkit will directly handle the transaction, I really don't know from which country this transaction will arrive. I'm sorry, Suplexo23. I wish, I hope how to help you. Anyway, as you know, if you have problem when your card will be charged, don't worry. There are a few days to fix this. We are here. You can write us 7 days, so don't worry.
If you write us if you have a problem with the card, please, I don't say this enough, don't write on Backerkit, like on the comment section or under the updates, because it's very messy. And we receive notification of what you write under updates very late, like
Yes, at random time, sometimes after 24 or 36 hours.
Depends on how many people
hard.
write, so there is an algorithm going on. It's not easy. So write us at info@twolittlemmice.net, N-E-T. It's on the Backerkit page, is on every update that we'll make after the end of the campaign, is on our website. And yes, we will try to answer as fast as possible. You have 7 weeks to fix your payment. If you have any problem, we will step in and yeah. And by we, I mean literally just Simona.
Yes, it's true. True story.
Why is it?
Let's see.
Yeah. But it'll take too much time.
No, it will be 1 minute. Kind of.
I don't think so. It's gonna take forever. It's a whole scene now.
Whoa. What mechanic for this game do you feel the most proud of? You feel smart and clever for making it, or it took a lot of work you are glad you did?
Cooking. Always cooking.
Also travel.
Travel, but cooking is
It's more clever, I think. It's
so let's start from travel. Let's take like 10 minutes to go through travel and cooking. Travel is, and not all the travel mechanics, but especially travel tables. So if you know me and Simone, we have a problem with random charts. We have a problem with random charts because random charts are often random, and we don't think that they always cover up all the possibility. We think that the first time that you play, you enjoy your random charts, and then the more you play, the more you're like, okay, this is always the same stuff, etc., etc. So when we started with the idea of a 12 entries random table to travel for each region. So we are talking already about 8 different charts of 12 entries of what could happen during that during the travel in that specific region. And then starting from that idea, we wanted your actions on the world to reflect on the travel. So there is a level of despair in the world. You are bringing hope, and by bringing hope, you are making the world a better place. And so, it felt like that should mean something when I travel. If I did something in that region, in that specific region, and how do you make that happen? So, of course, the first idea was like, okay, it will get easier and easier for you to travel as you bring hope to the world, because it makes sense. It's easy to say, it's easy to remember. You go there, you kill a boss. After that, traveling through that region should, be easier. It makes sense. But does it really make sense that as you get stronger, traveling gets easier? Because I mean, it's not that good. So we came up with this idea. Sorry if you have already heard in another live stream. I'm repeating myself, but basically, this 12 entry random chart for each region will have at one the worst thing possible that can happen, and the second, so
One,
sorry,
nothing.
one,
It's
so one, it's the best thing possible. Sorry, or every time I get this wrong. One is the best possible scenario, because one is a critical success in all Twilight Sword rolls, and then two is the worst possible scenario, and then three is equally bad as two, and four is equally bad, and five is slightly better, and then slightly better, and slightly better, and 12 is as close to one as possible. So by doing the tables like this, what do? We do that every time you lower the level of despair of a region, you will decrease the size of the dice that you roll. So at first, maximum level of despair, you will roll a d12. And then after you lower the despair, you will roll a d10, and then a d8, and then a d6. What happens is that when you reach the d4, we have managed to achieve two things. One thing, now you have 25% of chances that things will go the best way. So at first it was 8% because 1 out of 12. Now you got 25%. So you have been rewarded for what you did. But the other 75% of possibilities are the worst possible scenarios. So what we're doing is we are, as you advance, we are stretching for each region, not all the region at once, but for each region separately, we are stretching the amount of possibility, boiling down to the best and the worst together. So I think that I feel like this is really like a clever turn. A small. This is my favorite bits of game design because it was such a small idea, but you need to break like all your mental rules. Like, okay, if one is good, then two is slightly worse, and 12 is the worst. No, but you have to break that in order to achieve something that is more usable, more meaningful. And the other one is cooking. The other mechanic we are pretty proud of. It's cooking, because cooking is. This is going to be extremely difficult to say in English, but when people think about cooking, there is two aspects that are opposite to one another. One is the act of simulating cooking in a balanced way that has to have, mechanical difficulties, mechanical effects, and so all the nitty-gritty part of the game designy stuff, and all of that, because I want a crafting cooking system. On the other side, there is the experience of cooking that is all the opposite. When you cook in Legend of Zelda or in any game, you don't have that nitty-gritty, boring stuff. So we have done like, I don't know, Simone, maybe 8-9 different cooking systems.
yes, more or less.
And every time they worked, but they weren't fun. They weren't
type
easy.
of experience we were seeking, something easy, not just to play, as is easy to play a cooking mini game in many of these, the games that we use as references, but also easy to know, so that you don't have to rely on pages and pages and pages of tables or whatever, but at the same time having a little bit of depth to be actually fun and to give you the ability to cook or brew, in our case, a lot of different, vastly different things.
So I have a very simplified example to show you, but please, no it's simplified for the purpose of showing you.
5,100 backers! Yay!
Round numbers. So yeah. No, I have a Pengu. Cooking and brewing, because you can cook food or brew potions. So let's start with this example just to make you understand how it works. You got ingredients. Ingredients, you can find them in the loot. You can find them in nature. For example, let's say that you got a red mushroom. Now, red mushroom, when you cook a red mushroom with another ingredient or two red mushroom together, this is an effect that you only have if you cook the ingredient. It will give you a specific effect. For example, red mushroom, when cooked, will give you +1 strength for 1d2 turns. So that's the ingredients. You have this on your character sheet, is part of the ingredients. You don't need anything from the GM. Then what happens if you add, let's say, another red mushroom and do a mushroom soup, for example? You can choose to scale up one of the variables. In this case, we have two. So you can say, when I mix two mushrooms, I will get +2 strength for 1d2 turns, or I will get +1 strength for 1d4 turns, because I'm scaling or the first number or the second number. And by doing this, you can mix and match up to 5 of the same ingredient, 15 of different ingredients, add different effects, and create your own dishes simply based on the effect that you want to achieve. You don't have to look on any charts. You don't have to ask to the GM. You can just, make up your recipes with what you have. Now there will be a limit, not to what you can cook, but to what you can eat during a day. That will be very important. You cannot stuff, food forever down your throat. So it will be important. It will not be hard to cook, but will be important to cook meaningful stuff, useful stuff, because you cannot eat plenty of each day. So I see a lot of questions for the ads.
I think that's it. That's our
I hope
two
it gives
most favorite mechanics that we came up for with the game. Can the penguin eat more per day? No, actually no. It's very big, but its stomach is more or less the same size as a cat. Yes, for some reason they burn a lot of calories. Cats, I don't know why, but they eat more or less the same amount of food.
But there are. I don't want to enter into details. I don't want to be lured into spoilers. But there are ways to eat a little bit more. Do each ingredient have their own cards? No, because there is too many ingredients. It will be a whole box of ingredients because there is really a full list of different ingredients. Would you be open to change the system to a rollover, where the lower score, the better?
Rollover? No, thank you. I understand.
But the lower...
But it's a strange. I mean, the lower the score, it's the better. But the rollover, I don't know what the rollover means.
I don't understand. I really don't understand the question, because right now the lower you roll...
lower is the better.
Is the better. And it's called roll under.
Because you have a target number. In our case, it's simply the relevant ability score that you have on your character sheet. And if you roll equal or lower than the number, then you have a success. That's a basic mechanic of the game.
I mean, definitely not a stretch goal, because a box full of ingredients will be full of cards will be too expensive for a stretch goal. It could be an add-on, but we have if you don't know us, but we have like a ton of policies. I don't know how to say. We have a ton of rules. There are certain things we do, certain things we don't do. For example, we don't do stretch goals that have no meaning in the game. We will never do like a sticker or a shirt or something as a stretch goal, and we don't do add-ons during the campaign. At least we have never done add-ons during the campaign that we cannot offer for free to at least one pledge level. But yes, you can. I think you can make your own, as someone's saying. Since there will be a third-party license, you can do pretty much everything.
I know.
You need to write
I know
ingredients.
it's hard to use pen and paper for us in 2025/26, but yes, it's easier. If you want to be a great cook, you need to learn how to write a lot of stuff up. Because
Unfortunately,
trial
that's
and
true.
error and remembering. So it's really an immersive way of handling cooking.
But maybe one day we'll do like a reference sheet of all the
We are
ingredients. I don't know.
almost at 690. Guys, 91 euros left. Well, my hair is like, looks like a crazy person.
Roll. I
Euros
don't know.
left.
€5. I don't know if
€5
they were
left.
talking about roll high. We the lower the attribute score, the better. Sorry, I wasn't, and I didn't understand. Well, for us, I have to say, for me personally, I have a bit of an ADHD going on. So for me, the one thing that I like the most about the roll under system is that my skill goes to 1 to 10. 1 is the worst, 10 it's the best. So I'm super happy about it. Like, what's your strength? 8. Okay, that's super strong. What's your agility? 4. Okay, that sucks. It's easy for me. And since this game was all about making it easy to understand, that's why the idea came from.
Exactly. Yes, for us, let's say, for our way to intend to roll the dice, the number of the ability score beats the number of the dice as
Yeah,
the most sensible
because
choice.
what you are saying is basically that my best level of strength would be 0. At 0 strength, I am the best, or 1. And for me, it doesn't make sense. Like, I see on the character sheet, I say, okay, I have agility 7 and strength 1. I will think I'm super agile. Instead, on your weights, maybe it's more intuitive with the dice because you are used to 10. It's a better score than 2. But on the other end is counterintuitive on the character sheet.
A bit of HD. We call it a bit because we are civil people, and
A bit.
cooking cheat sheet.
I mean, it's.
I will talk about. I will think about a cooking. Oh, 690! Yay! Just
690.
less than
I
10,000.
don't. I read this number. I don't believe this is actually happening.
Yes.
Almost done.
I am like, I want to put ingredients cards at 750 just to buy Martin some pizza. And no, I won't do that. Spoiler for future Sorry. Spoilers. They're asking for spoilers. Daniela's almost done. We are 690, so we'll do a bit of spoilers. Answer the last question, and then off we go. There's a question about patrons. Sorry, real quickly, what patrons do? Patrons will be playable character for the GM. A list of patrons in both book or rulebook and Lines of Radia. Character that the GM can play, and then they will have their mechanical effect as quest givers, advice offerers, or they will actually do some help in the game. There will be a list of different patrons that you can portray, or rules to make your own patrons if you like. So patrons is not NPC. NPCs in this game are very weak because you are a champion. You're like a big deal.
Way
The others,
a
yes.
ton of level above the standard people of Radia.
We don't cook Cockoros. I remember when we hadn't unlocked the dice pouch. I do as well. So, spoilers. Well, first of all, I want to spoil how Cockuro looks in full color, because I don't know how many of you are expecting this huge Cockuro to be orange.
It's very hard.
So I like the small guy that goes like, hey, hey, hey,
Okay.
hey,
Cockuro.
have you
Look at
seen
me. Hey,
have
hey.
you seen my stick? I
Yes.
lost my
So
stick.
it's like my son with me. Sorry. Like this for like 1 hour.
So, by the way, these things, this stuff that he has, for me and Daniela, these were stretch marks. The idea is that as he grew bigger and bigger, these tiny triangles got stretch marks and got this kind of pattern. So there is, that's what a Kokoro stretch mark looks like. In case you were wondering, I don't know. So yeah, I know that everyone was just about to ask, but what about Kokoro's stretch marks? How would they look? Are they spirits? Not spiritkins? I don't know. Spirit adjacent. They
They are
are,
mysticky.
yes.
The mysticky type of creature, if you want.
So yeah. Spoiler for the future editions. Sorry, I just received the fishing Cockoro from Daniela. What can we say about the future? I want to say that we are taking a bit of. I think the theme, the overall theme, is a little bit darker, Simone.
Yes.
And if everything goes, well, two things that I want to say. One, it's there will be a lot about monsters, not only about new monsters, but monster stuff. That's for sure. And two, we are working on additional tools for maps and world building. I think that's safe to say.
Yes.
So if you are,
691.
yeah, so if you are interested in expanding your tool set, I believe the next supplement will give you yes. How do you say? Will enhance, no, not enhance. You will expand your experience in the game, like the way you can experience the game. Uh, Create your own map, yes, but you can already create your own map. But we
Yes.
are working on ways to make the discovery of the map more interactive in a way that could be unique for you. So not taking a too board gamey route where you're basically using our components, but in a way that you can use components in a more customized way. So that would be the next level for us. So, but I don't want to spoil too much. There is still time. So, well, we'll see. Do we have a
Let's
Cockoro?
begin
Yes.
with these 2 books and these tons
Yes.
of cards we unlocked. And then we'll see.
Okay, I'm back. Hi.
Yep.
Oh, here. Here we have the fishing cocker. This is the perfect cut. This I wanted this one. Okay.
Shall I?
Yeah, of course. And done. Okay. That's. I think that it explains itself. Just wanted to say that I really like Cockuro, but I also really like our
Goblins.
goblins. So I really wanted to put one in this image.
Bellissimo.
Yeah, the pipe clearly isn't lit. It's just for show, and he knows it, and he's really cool with that. So
So we managed to have yet another Cockuro from the chat. In case you were not here from the beginning, we had a Cockuro holding a stick and a big shield. And then we've got, what have we got? A Cockuro on a Pengu, of course. And then there was also another Cockuro, but we showed them on the iPad. And now we've got a Cockuro fishing. So, are you there, Simone? Try to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I saw you.
I was very stiff. I'm
Yes.
afraid that.
And okay, Cockuro with a pie coming up.
Train is still going strong if you are thinking about it. 691 and 500, meaning we are 8,500 euros away from our last stretch goals.
People were asking why Daniela got this anti-smudge glow, because the iPad doesn't take the hand as an input,
That's it, basically.
and also what program do you use? That's Procreate. And as you can see, Daniela is extremely, extremely, extremely fast at doing this. And that's why, because some people don't believe that Daniela is actually painting the stretch goal during the campaign, because they're like, oh, of course, that was ready before. But no, it's actually...
No, I got
they were not.
Thank you. Thank you guys for asking about my grandmother's cookbook as stretch color add-on. Who knows? Maybe one day in the future we'll translate the entire cookbook my grandmother wrote in English and share it with all the world like she would have wanted. But it's really good. It's really big.
It's
Rico knows it. He had it.
Yes.
One of the few copies existing. So yes, I think it will happen someday.
Me and Daniela, we are stuck with one recipe that we are doing every year on Christmas, and we'll do it again this year. And it's we are getting there. In like, I believe by 2062, it should be edible.
I actually have it here. I can show you. I have. Wait, that.
With which Cockuro do you identify the most?
The one with the stick.
I identify with the shield.
That's really cool.
As you can see, by chance, I got here the prototype of my cookbook that they did before printing it. It's very big. Yay!
Let me see. You should have
So
the
it
real.
exists. It really exists. It was like a pasta with photos. It she take itself.
Here it is. Like it's real book.
That was the printed version.
So if you want to cook a bacchio, for example, great book. So maybe we'll do it some days. So guys, thank to 130 something of you and more on Backerkit to follow us for these 2.5 hours saying, silly stuff and drawing. Thanks to Daniela for drawing
My
Cocoros
pleasure.
for us. We are 8,000 euros away. So it seems like we might just get this stretch goal. I'm really unsure if we should just keep adding another stretch goal, but I think we will not. And as said, we will be following this for the upcoming hours. So you will find us on Discord. The link to the Discord server is on the Backerkit page. Go down to the bottom, contact Discord, click on it, enter, go to hype, train, and we will be there. Yeah, that's thanks guys, appreciate. Simone, Daniela, any last words?
I think I'm muted. Just really thank you guys for do this the campaign. I can see can hear you. I'm a bit shy and I'm not so motivated. It's always great to be here. I always enjoy it. So thank you. And
Oh, I think they can't hear you.
Quite
Or
possible.
what? They're so close. Yeah. I don't know why, guys. OBS keep changing what we do. We keep doing the same things.
No, but
They
I
keep
don't know. I don't know why we cannot hear Daniela. No, Daniela is because you can hear me.
can hear everyone, but
No one heard anything of what you say. Yes,
yes,
for some,
yes.
it's just I since earbuds don't work apparently. They won't keep what they don't get what she's saying, and I just gave her my microphone, and for some reason it doesn't work either. So I don't know what else to do, to be honest. So
that's fine.
I don't know. Try again with this one, but that's the only thing I can do.
I just wanted to really thank you guys. It's always great to be here with you all. And tonight you are really a lot tonight. So thank you again. It's been great. Thank you.
Done? Okay. Works as always the second time. So it's thank you guys. A lot of love from the chat, at least for what I can read. Simone, do you have any last words before we leave?
I think I'm very tired. Thank you for being with us like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. It was very long live stream. Happy to be there with you. Happy that we chose to begin our overtime mode a little bit earlier because otherwise I wouldn't be completely dead. And thank you again. I cannot wait to see where this train will go and if and when we will unlock this last stretch goal, and of course can't wait to begin wrapping it up everything in Twilight Sword and sharing it with you all because you deserve it.
Thank you again, guys. We'll see you on Discord, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow if the train is still going, which I don't think or hope it will happen. Really, thanks for this amazing campaign. Really, really, really can't thank you enough for this holiday gift. We'll try to deliver the best project ever to honor this unprecedented, literally, amount of love and support that we are receiving. Thank you so much. Grazie, ragazzi. Ciao.
Bye.
Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword.